Yate Esther Belin Yanisha Klogedene Nishla Turachitni Bashichin Kitlachitni Dashiche Tachitni Dashanilla. Hello, my name is Esther Belin and I'm from the Navajo Nation. And I am here in Washington, D.C. as part of the inaugural INNAPO retreat, which celebrates emerging Indigenous writers. And I'm honored to be part of the faculty here that are gathered in this historic area and historic location to celebrate Indigenous poetry and writing. I'm going to be reading two poems today. The first one is called Kwe'e. The first one is called Kwe'e, which is Navajo for here, right here. 1. It is here, right here. It is not even trying to hide. No, that is what humans do. It is not even trying to hide. No, it is here, right here. That is what progress does. 2. What are the cardinal points that strike a match to how I am feeling? Since no words come forth, I search for the place on this planet that manifests my struggle, the scattering of cottonwood pollen in the wind, the tattered edges of graveside American flags, the yearn in spring wind bouncing off canyon walls, the slow swell of a viral invasion mushrooming into a uranium blast in the chest, latching radioactive particles to soft tissue. White dawn before me, comfort the earth. Blue mid-morning beside me, light the way. Late yellow afternoon above me, chase the fear. Black evening behind me, purge, purge, right here. This poem is called Believe. Afterward, we will get up, all together, with the sound of canyon wind howling, red clay masks preserving our faces, our government clothes tattered, no longer creased with false doctrine. The pressurized, steamed language escapes from the pores in our skin. The monogrammed label, property of U.S. government, erased from our memory. Our teeth, sweat, saliva, fingernails, strands of hair recompose as the daughter of first man and first woman. The 4 support pillars reconfigure the directional mountains. The zenith and nadir bolt lightning into our backbone. The stone knife in our hand slays monsters. The sun rays fasten us snugly to Nahastan. The rainbow tethers a shield over us. All together, the intertwined winds breathe again. Being in this space, the Library of Congress, is a reconciliation. For Indigenous people in this country that is called the United States has not been a unifying place for us. And I think as tribal writers, being here has been part of that healing, has been part of that reimagining and grounding of our writing and our ability to write and our ability to use the English language as a tribal language. Our languages have been stulted and the growth has been stunted within us, but through poetry, through poetics, through early boarding school writers who have left their imprint and their mark in this country, have led us to a legacy that we are able to re-territorialize. We are able to re-territorialize our language, our voice, and our presence here as legitimate First Nation peoples, and we are in a revitalization, not just in poetry, but also in our language and in our presence. And we are reclaiming our place of belonging in this country that has not always been welcoming to us. I have recently been honored to be the guest editor of Poetry Magazine out of the Poetry Foundation in Chicago. And it has been an amazing experience to be part of that legacy that was started by a woman with a vision of an open door policy to really embrace good poetry. And it is a thrill to be able to include within that definition of good poetry Indigenous voices, and voices that probably would not have been included in journals or published elsewhere in the United States. So it has been very humbling to be part of that process, and also to be part of the history of reorganizing and rebuilding that foundation. It started off on a fractured ground, and it is really coming together to unify and to build an inclusive outlet for new writers and growing writers.